in
say that,
studio
and they
at
can,
Phoenix.
to run a
let me just
major
say this.
operation.
You can
I
say
have the
that,
biggest
and
corporation
they can
right
say
now
that
in the
until
city
you
of
guys are
Chicago
all
right
blue
now.
in the face.
So thank you very much.
And the results are
all
going
you
to
got to
speak.
do is I'm
The
not
results
saying
will
it.
speak for
It's in the
themselves.
clip.
Who spends
It's
more
in the
time
clip.
making
It says we
sure
invite her
that
to
we're
be.
But
protecting
people
working
don't
people.
the
There's not
people.
a
I'm just
person
saying, it doesn't
that spends
matter.
more
The
time thinking
public
about it.
is not
In
buying
fact, our
it.
budget
It does not
reflects
matter.
that. My
It
values
comes
reflect
off as
that.
insincere.
You would do yourself good service
Everything
by
about
actually
it
showing up in
screams
this room with
insincerity,
some level
and to try
of
to play it off on
integrity
some
as well as some
semantics is
honesty.
not
You don't
working,
operate in
right?
any of
So
that.
go ahead
So
and
thank
run
you.
with that strategy,
The
TPUSA,
meaning
but
of
it
the
is not
English
a winning
language,
strategy.
the meaning of the English language is not semantics, man. Come on, you can't just
But
say
that doesn't matter if that
when you
isn't
make a
how people are
statement.
seeing
When you
it.
make a statement and people hold you to the definition of the words, you can't just raise up the semantics flags because sometimes
What
people are
does live
trying to
stream
be
mean per definition of the word?
precise.
It,
When
What does
you
and that
live
say
is
stream
when
mean?
you
precise. If
Hold
they
say
on, hold on.
when
wanted
you
to
say
What
at
is
when
precisely
you say
address the claims
Moxie,
by
I can't mute
Candace
you. What
Owens,
does live stream mean per definition of the word, Brick? What does it mean?
what does at our studios in Phoenix mean?
So then there's two different terms used during the invitation that have two different meanings. One means virtual and one means at the studio.
They
A
said that
live
they were
stream,
having a live
a
stream. They
live,
said that they were having a live stream and they invited her to participate in the live stream at our studios in Phoenix.
It wasn't an invitation. It was an ultimatum, bro. Like it's just ridiculous.
No. It wasn't an ultimatum. It wasn't an ultimatum. They gave her an invitation.
They just gave her 24 hours.
Look, they didn't give her 24 hours.
Brick, no.
You said our studios.
They didn't give her 24 hours to respond. They didn't have her
After
number. They didn't have her email.
They gave her 24 hours to respond after they specified the date and time,
bro. You're just making
without giving her the direct confirmation or respect.
Here's the thing, though, right? Is that no matter like how you try to rationalize it, people aren't buying it. All right, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter even if you're correct. Okay, even if you're correct,
I agree with that. I agree. It doesn't matter if I'm correct because people don't really want correctness. People want salaciousness.
Because it comes off as an insincere gesture, the way that it was executed, the way that it was worded, and the way that it was responded to, right? All of it seems insincere on its face. So they could have.
I don't agree.
Well, you don't have
to.
You don't. But you'll see how the American people and their base agree, right? Like that's fine. Go ahead and don't agree. Go ahead and stand on that.
I expect any Candace supporter I expect anybody who self-identifies as a supporter of Candace to have the viewpoint that you're saying.
Yes. Hold on. I am not a like loyal Candace supporter. I appreciate the things that she has brought to the table in regards to the Charlie Kirk assassination, and I have called balls and strikes the entire time. And I was not a Candace watcher or fan or anything before that, right? So for me to have that opinion is based objectively on what I'm observing. I might have a little bias against TPUSA right now because of I share the same sentiments that she does as far as scrutiny goes, right? So I'll admit my bias. But you can see, dude, look at the reactions of people. Like there is a tone deafness
The reactions of people in terms of what I feel are pretty much immaterial because I'm not basing my opinion.
It's not about feelings, man.
I'm reading the comments down below.
Every show.
I'm not basing my opinion.
The whole show is attack her.
I'm not basing my opinion or what I say on the reactions of others. Okay, so what you say could be true, and it's not going to affect my opinion.
It's a public organization. Okay, so I'm not saying about you, but TPUSA, they do depend on public sentiment, right? So it's fine that I'm not trying to change your mind, right? But like strategically or logically, from just a pure PR standpoint, this is not what they just did is not working, right? It's not working. It's obvious that it's not working. And then instead of admitting that they need to course correct or even possibly compromising a little bit, what happens is more elitist mentality and gaslighting, right? Well, we offered you a very narrow window to very specific terms that you could have participated in this rebuttal, but since you didn't respond in the way that we demand you to, then we're going to move on without you. That's what it comes across as. That's basically what it was, and everybody can see that. So if they, you can try to, nuance it and semantics and justify it all you want all live long day, but it's not. I don't think it's going to work.
Or I could accurately describe the situation, and people can reject the description.
Well, man, I don't know. If we did a poll based on how I just described the situation and then how you perceive to describe the situation.
Yeah, but a poll would not be an arbiter of what's correct.
Okay, so just because I've been listening, so I just want to address you politely, Brick. By the way, my name is Chad. How are you doing? So I just want to ask you a question. You are being disingenuous about the timeline, you would think. Do you not think that? Do you think the timeline of how everything played out matters, such as addressing the terms of the, let's call it a debate, for lack of a better term, at midnight and giving her 24 hours?
Well,
Do you
I think
that's disingenuous?
so, Chad. I think what from let's see if I got this right, okay? Because I don't have the timeline open in front of me. I only have one phone right now, so I can't access the other line. But I think that Blake Neff put out a statement that there was going to be that there was going to be this event at their studio in Phoenix, and that she was invited to attend. And then later that same day, Candace said, I accept. You name the place, you name the time, all the bells and whistles, I'll be there. And then they put out the invitation with the specifics about the location and the timeline for the response. Is that correct?
Yeah, but no, you're correct. But what I'm saying is, well, we also are talking about words matter, and I understand what you were saying with the semantics and etymology of that. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about how the words matter. So she did want to do it virtually, and she issued a challenge for it to happen yesterday. She issued a challenge to do it virtually today.
But her first indication of doing it virtually wasn't until after the invitation, until after the time and place of the venue is specified. Is that correct?
No. Oh, yeah. Well,
No, she didn't. No, it was not. No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
So
no,
when was the first time she mentioned attending virtually?
Yesterday.
She mentioned attending virtually yesterday.
The invitation /challenge.
She said she would do that same